Hi everyone, welcome back. It's so great to have you here with me today. So I'm doing some abstract art. As you know, I've been experimenting over the last couple of weeks and I'm going to do that until the end of the year. But don't worry, I'm also doing the fluid art as well, so I'm going to just mix it up a little bit and give you some variety and show you that you can also do different techniques within abstract art that you're drawn to. And it's very much about interpretation and what you feel about a piece. So I'm just excited to kind of ignite that creativity in you too. And remember, if you do any of these, please tag me in your posts or send me an email because I love to see what you create. So today I'm going to work on a surface that I've never worked on before. So I'm going to take you down and show that. I'm going to show you the colour palette and also the tools that I'm going to be using. So let's see what we can create. So you can see here I've got three colours, a gold, a black and a white. And I'm painting on glass. So you can see here I've got a sheet of glass. I've rested it on 2 beakers and I'm going to use a sponge and I'm also going to use a balloon. But first of all, as I peek over to the camera and give you a wave, I'm going to place some of the white paint onto the glass to create a base. So I'm just drizzling some paint onto the glass. Again, this is acrylic paint mixed with pouring medium and water. And all of the details will be listed in the description box below. But I'm literally going to use the sponge and I'm dabbing the sponge within the paint and spreading the paint across the glass. And I'm going to do that until I've fully covered the glass so you can't see through it. But it's about the texture that it's going to leave on the glass itself. By using a sponge, you can see here it's creating a completely different texture. You'd also get that texture on a canvas, but the whole part of my experiments are to use different surfaces and different tools to create some abstract art. By sponging on the paint and creating this texture, we'll ensure that there's a different kind of surface feel to it when it dries. I'm taking the black and the gold and also some white and I'm literally just puddling it in one area on the glass. And I'm going to dip a balloon into the paint that I'm puddling. But I'm not using a lot of paint at all because I'm only going to use this one puddle. And as you can see, it's not a very big puddle at all. So I've got my balloon and I'm literally going to press the balloon into that puddle, release the balloon from the glass, and the paint that's already on the balloon, I'm going to transfer several times across the glass itself, by just gently pressing the balloon into the white surface that we've already sponged, allowing that paint from the balloon to transfer onto the glass. And you can see with each time that I press the balloon on the surface, it creates a very slightly different pattern and also reveals all other colours. This is a very basic technique, but really creates some interesting results. And don't forget to have a little look at the pattern that you also create on the balloon. So I'm just going to touch up a couple of the areas with the sponge. That's where I've held the glass and the paint's come off onto my fingers. And I'm going to let this dry. But first of all, I'm going to take you in for a close-up just so you can see the patterns that have been created using the sponge and then using the balloon. You can see there the mottled effect it has on the surface. It's going to be great when it dries. It's going to be very different. And I'll take you in now just so you can see a close-up of some of that texture that's been created on the glass. I really do love this pattern and design on top, but I do just want to add a little bit more detail, but just some very subtle detail. So I'm just taking a piece of string and I'm just gliding that string across the surface area where the white paint is, in between those circles, along the glass, over that full area to create just a little bit more texture and detail. You don't have to do that, it's going to be very subtle, but when it dries it will really showcase some different texture within that glass itself. So here we go, this is the dried result. You can see how that white paint has dried, and then those balloon dips on top showcasing not just the black but also the gold and the white on top. I think this is a really clever piece in terms of the acrylic paint on the glass, allowing the light to go through the glass, through the paint, to create some really interesting details and textures. I just love that shimmer of the gold as it reflects on the light. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Give it a thumbs up and a like if you have, and let me know what you think in the comments below. And I hope I get to see you again in the next video. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.